Afternoon, I'm Mark and welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi on this beautiful sunny afternoon. I'd like to take you on a video tour of the 2012 Mazda CX-5 Maxx sports wagon. Starting at the front of the car, you'll notice factory fitted fog lights at the bottom of the bumper on this car. We do have high intensity discharge headlights. There are also light sensing headlights as well, which we'll touch on a little bit later. Coming down the driver's side of the car, being 2012, this car presents like a brand new car. We have 17-inch alloy wheels from factory with very good tread on all four tyres, running Yokohamas all round, which would have been fitted new. Also have privacy glass on the rear windows. Coming around to the rear of the car, tailgate, as you notice, CX-5 all-wheel drive being the Maxx Sports, does have the Sky Active technology, which we'll talk about a little bit further when we discuss the motor. Twin exhaust pipes is fitted with a Mazda factory tow bar, very important, so it's still covered under warranty. Passenger side presents identical to the driver's side. Literally this car is as new. It's only travelled 34,000 kilometres. You will notice one feature in the CX-5, indicators are also in the side mirrors. And just coming around, just on the outside of the car, you will notice on the registration label, 1st of October 2014 registration, so just under 12 months registration as well. Presents beautifully on the outside of the car. Moving under the bonnet of the CX-5 now, a lot of information to run through. As I mentioned, with the Sky Active technology and the Mazda, part of Mazda's focus was delivering a more powerful, more economical car that was user-friendly to the ozone layer as well. This particular car is a 2.2 litre twin intercooled turbo motor. So it is actually delivering more power than some of their previous models, 129 kilowatts and 420 newton metres of torque. But being the diesel, a combined fuel economy, and it's staggering, 5.7 litres combined per 100 k's. So as you can see, still has that power there if needed, but at outstanding economy as well. Just moving around to the tailgate now, as I mentioned earlier, all-wheel drive, the CX-5. Really simple release for your tailgate, just a small pneumatic button there that releases it. Gas struts put it all the way up out of your way. You will also notice here, just next to the button to release the tailgate, you do have your little camera. It does have reverse camera standard, this car. Previous owners opted to buy the cargo blind when they bought the car new. You'll notice just on the sides, on each side of the car, you do have release buttons. In the CX-5, as opposed to a lot of other makes and models, you can release the centre section on its own individually. So if you want people to have that bit of extra area to rest their arms, you can do that. And then obviously releasing the backs of the seats as well if needed. So if you do have the option of needing to store a fair bit of stuff in the car, you've got the flexibility in this little car. Small lamp in the back there that we can turn off manually. And if you wanted to utilise the actual blind, we just lift it up, lock it into position up the top here. So when we do actually close the tailgate again, anything that you have stored in the back of the car is obscured from view. We move into the interior of the CX-5 now, and we've got quite a lot to chat about. Starting with the basics, on the driver's armrest is just your power windows and mirrors. They're pretty much standard. And we come across to the right hand side of the dash here, and there's a couple of buttons. One is called iStop, and as part of the Sky Active technology, this car will actually automatically start and stop when you're sitting idling. Once again, based on better greenhouse gas emissions, better fuel economy. So Mazda spent a lot of time working when they were designing this particular car in the automatic diesel motor. On our leather wrap steering wheel, we have all our cruise control buttons on the right hand side. Then we have all of our audio controls on the left hand side with your Bluetooth running directly below. The steering wheel as well is adjustable up and down and is telescopic as well, so you can set yourself to exactly where you're comfortable in this particular car. Comes standard with light sensing headlights, which will recognise dusk and turn themselves on automatically. If you're driving into the Burnley Tunnel, it'll also do the same. We do have rain sensing wipers as well, so they will once again start operating once they do sense rain hitting the windscreen. Move down into our transmission, and a couple of options with the transmission. We can drive this car as a normal automatic, or if you want to go across to performance mode, we just flick across to the right hand side, and it will actually indicate to you up on your dashboard driving a little M symbol for manual, and it'll just show you which gear you're in by moving through the stick. Really good function to have when you're on a long trip in the country and there's plenty of hills around. Also, whilst we're up at the dashboard, we have our full function screen here, which gives us all our information about economy, average distance, range. This car's currently got just over 3/4 of a tank of petrol, and it's reading a range of 536 kilometres to empty. You do get stunning mileage out of this particular motor car. Gives you our outside temperature as well. So basically everything at your fingertips. You notice I can keep my eyes on the road, read all the information I need to, do anything I want with the audio system, and still be concentrating on what I'm doing. Speaking of the audio, we'll move across to that now. Just a matter of me flicking on the audio button. I've previously paired my phone to the car, so as I get in the car and turn the audio on, it has actually picked my phone up and is streaming music direct from my phone straight away. We can move to the AM, FM function or CD function as well. And being the Maxx Sport in the Mazda CX-5, premium sound system as well. So we have our audio, we have our phone, which as I mentioned I've paired. Anywhere up to 6 phones can be paired in this car. Then you have your navigation menu as well, which is just below, and once again really user-friendly satellite navigation system. We'll notice as soon as I select reverse, you have a beautiful image of your reverse camera, and if you did notice on the video, it did adjust itself to the brightness based on either how sunny it is or how dark it is. So a lot of information in your trip computer and your multi-function screen there. We move down below and we'll notice it is dual air conditioning in this car. You can set the temperatures driver passenger to wherever you want to be. Obviously very warm weather in Melbourne today, so we've got our air conditioning running at the moment, set on 18 degrees, and it's running dual aircon as I mentioned at the moment. Just coming back through to the console, a couple of drink holders standard. We've got both of our factory keys, which is smart key technology, and they're a proximity key, so they pick up the key once you're in the car. And we have our start and stop button here. You must have your foot depressed on the brake pedal or the vehicle will not start. Just moving back to the rear of the console here, just inside the lid we do have the USB and auxiliary outputs. Both there standard, and another auxiliary socket as well. So you're set up for any type of MP3 music playing that you'd want to. So moving on from the console, when we were in the front of the car, another really good feature that the people that bought this car knew added to the car were DVDs and video game players mounted in the headrests of both the passenger and driver seat. So as you can see, I've got a couple of the kids out here having a bit of a play on the games this afternoon. Keep them busy while you're driving on a long trip. They won't annoy you, they'll be too busy playing their games. You've also got the DVD players with headphones, infrared headphones, so they can play DVDs individually, screen to screen. So a lot of added feature to this car on top of all of the extras that we've discussed previously. Last thing, we'll just have a quick look at the service history. As I mentioned earlier, it's a near new car basically. First registered 19th of October 2012. So you do get balance of Mazda's new car warranty till 2015. Obviously servicing has been done by Mazda, Berwick Mazda, and then the current service by ourselves here at Berwick Mitsubishi. So perfect history, beautiful car, fully optioned. I hope all the information we've presented in the video has been of really good help to you. Just recap on a few things. New technology, auto diesel, 5.7 litres per 100 k's. And as you saw from the video, so many features, hard name them all. If you've got any further questions, give me a call. It's Mark at Berwick Mitsubishi, 99